Paige versus Lana. Paige and Lana have having a very interesting Twitter feud the last few days, and Lana went onto Twitter after the Charlotte Paige Divas Championship contract signing on Raw and had this to say. Truth. I hope you destroy the phony anti-diva that hides behind the mask and her phony love for wrestling. And she's tweeting this to Charlotte. That was kind of came out of nowhere. There's no storyline stuff at all Lana doesn't even wrestle. So that was kind of weird when I read that. So then it continues. Paige responded, "I'm glad you have an opinion. Too bad you lie all the time. Hashtag TMZ, hashtag all you want is fame." So Paige responded. People started to think, what's going on here? This is odd. Why are these two going at it? It continued though. Paige went on to say, "Don't talk crap, then delete it." I guess Lana deleted some of her tweets about Paige. Lana then responded and said, "I actually wanted to write a longer paragraph about you. We both know you bullied me in NXT." So now she's claiming Lana is making these remarks saying that that Paige bullied Lana in NXT. So then Paige responded to that as well. "Okay, sweetheart, you were there barely 2 months. If it was true, you wouldn't have deleted it. Hashtag keyboard warrior." So just continuing on from there, Lana responded saying, "Actually, I am an open book of honesty. I apologize when I'm wrong and take responsibility for my actions. Nice try." She continued, "You are a great wrestler, Paige, and I hope Charlotte crushes you at Survivor Series because you are mean and disrespectful. Bye." And then the last thing Paige responded to, she just said, "See ya." So, and then later on, actually, I think she said, Paige said that she's trending and she was happy about it. She said that also. So what is going on here? Paige is a bully. Supposedly, she bullied Lana at NXT. Here's the first thing. Paige is like, 6, 7, 8, 9 years younger than Lana. Not that it makes a difference between somebody being bullied, but it's just kind of, I don't know. The whole thing to me smelled like the whole thing was a work. So then I started reading other reports that it's not a work. According to Wrestling Observer, Figure 4 Online, it's not a work, and that this is actually true, and not true. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's none of it's true. But what Lana is saying, but WWE did not say, "Hey, let's do this fake Twitter feud, this back and forth fighting." WWE had nothing to do with it. So just Lana, I guess, was angry for some reason at Paige about something. I guess she's had enough, and she just decided just to tweet about it. And this is not the first time that Lana has tweeted controversial things. I always see. Sometimes I don't even click on them, but on some of these news sites, wrestling news sites, I see. Lana said this on Twitter. Lana said that on Twitter, and a lot of times I don't read it. But this was one thing. Obviously, I was going to read it, and this was definitely interesting. And we'll see if this ends up leading to some type of feud on television, because something has already happened. Maybe Lana could be could wrestle at some point. It's possible, or maybe she could. Maybe they could do mixed tag matches with Paige and some guy and one of the male wrestlers against like Rusev and Lana or something like that. Which I guess they're gonna. Obviously, Lana and Rusev are back together on television because they mentioned they had made a big deal about them getting engaged. So when Lana and Rusev come back to television together, when Lana comes back, she's going to be with Rusev, obviously. I don't know if they're going to be pushed. Especially with a lot of these tweets that Lana is saying. WWE is not a big fan of when their wrestlers, when their talent goes on social media and rants and raves or says dumb things. The only time that I know that they were somewhat okay with it was Ryback. A couple years ago, Ryback was saying a lot of weird things on Twitter. WWE was okay with it just because it was creating kind of a stir, kind of a buzz. So WWE was okay with it. And it really wasn't anything that bad. I think it was maybe some stuff about CM Punk and other things. But for the most part, it was nothing really that bad. It was just more funny than anything. But WWE does frown upon the social media, bad social media behavior. And whether or not this is bad social media behavior, I think it is. I mean, this is, look, you're getting paid all this money, and you're deciding just to go off on somebody, another wrestler on Twitter. It's I mean, if there's a feud or a storyline, or if you're trying to create, I mean, she could be doing that. She could be trying to create some type of feud for her and Paige down the line if Lana does decide to wrestle at some point, which could happen. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Lana, she's going to come back, and her first feud is going to be with Paige, and she's going to start wrestling. I mean, she needs to get her feet wet first. I mean, she needs to wrestle a little bit, not immediately start feuding with Paige, and by then Paige could be the Divas Champion. I think she is probably going to win the title from Paige coming up here, or from Charlotte at some point. But we'll see what happens. I think that Lana will eventually wrestle, and I think this is probably what I was probably, my speculation there a minute ago. I think that it is probably because she's doing this because she wants a feud with Paige at some point when she wrestles.